Hello, everyone, and welcome to my first recording of my very first Pokemon Platinum Randomizer Nuzlocke. Truth be told, I haven't done too many of these before. Definitely not recorded ones, at least. So this could go incredibly wrong. Being a randomizer, there are a few problems we may occur into very early on or very late on. Obviously, those of you who don't know what a Nuzlocke is, basically it's a more challenging version of Pokemon, just to add a little bit of spice and challenge into your game to make it a little bit more difficult. And the rules of a Nuzlocke are that you can only catch the first Pokemon in every route. If you fail to capture that Pokemon, then you cannot go back and re-encounter that Pokemon. Another very important rule of a Nuzlocke is that once your Pokemon has fainted, it is considered dead, so it is no longer of use. So that pretty much makes revives, the main revival item in the game, very useless, but is very useful to a Nuzlocke for other things, so you can sell it on and get some more balls to capture your call it my commentary for me is not. I do a lot better commentary with other people, where there is my good friend, who I'm naming my rival after, or his eternal Pokemon character after. He does a little bit of YouTube as well, and I've collabed on. I say collabed, I've featured in a few of his videos before, but I've never done something specifically with him just on a one-on-one sort of spectrum before. We have planned in the past to do projects like this, not necessarily for YouTube. We've done them in the past just for like our own sheer enjoyment, but we're busy people / lazy people. Things don't always go to plan with them, so I think I've probably still got a few save files of a few Pokemon games that we've tried to do, like a Soul Link versus type thing before, and it just hasn't gone. We've never finished one, basically. I think we had a 3-way versus Nuzlocke going on a Pokemon Insurgents file, which was, for those of you who don't know, Pokemon Insurgents is a ROM hack version of the game where it's got its own story. It's got the same sort of like base character models and everything like that. It's just like you've got custom forms. So I think the main scheme with that game is Delta Species, which was actually used before in the games, not games, in the card game, in the VGC. Not VGC, TCG. I get my things mixed up because I've been thinking about the new Sword and Shield competitive news. Not that I've played any before because I'm too lazy to breed up my own team. I just enjoy talking about it, and I find it very fascinating on the new season, on what they're trying to implement in with taking out the top 10 most used. So everyone's having to think of these new strategies. If I think of people like Pokéaim, Wolfie, or like the big competitive Pokemon players. What would you call them? Would you call them players? Or the big competitive Pokemon people. They're just out in the world trying to think of these new teams and new strategy. Obviously, I think Pokéaim's more singles based, whereas Wolfie is known for his doubles. See, we've got a bit of the story going on here. I do apologise for those who actually haven't played through this game before and don't know the base story of it. To be fair, it's been a while since I've played through Platinum fully, but I do understand the general story. Sinnoh is one of my favourite regions. I think I probably have to say Sinnoh is second for me, and Platinum's probably up there with one of my favourite games, just because of the addition that it was to Diamond and Pearl. Diamond and Pearl were great games. They were, I think, the first real games I remember playing as a kid. I got very fortunate with my upbringing of Pokemon, where I think I was probably about 2 or 3 years old, and one of my elder cousins gave me their Game Boy Color with 2 cartridges of Game Boy games, and both of them were Pokemon games. Where the very first cartridge I played was Pokemon Gold, and the second was Pokemon Yellow, which were, again, great games. Soon moved on to Crystal, and then the Hoenn games came out, so that would be, I think my first Hoenn game was Ruby, I think so, and then obviously I played Emerald. Blah, I've played every single one of these games. I haven't played through them in a very long time, but I can see myself in the future going towards more of the completionist route of, at some point I will have some form of playthrough for my own enjoyment, and hopefully for your own enjoyment as well, of playing through all those games. I don't know if I'll do them in region order at all, or at all like what version of it I was. So say for like the Gen 2 games in Johto/Kanto, you've got the options of Gold, Silver, Crystal, or I could play them through on Heart Gold or Soul Silver, or one of the ROM hack versions of like Storm Silver, or Sacred Gold, I think it is. One of those versions. But could try and do that on the channel at some point. Obviously, these types of walkthroughs, these types of playthroughs are sheerly for entertainment purposes, and we'll get through them at my own speed, debating on consistency of how I record these and how long I take to render, edit, and upload these episodes out for you. So I'm going to try and keep these episodes to roughly 25 to 35 minutes long each. So they're quite bulky episodes. There's quite a lot of content going on, but we will see what is going on there for it. But as long as we are going through things, then that'll make me happy, and hopefully that'll make you guys happy as well. For those few people that watch me, as obviously I'm I'm very new. YouTube, I attempted it in the past, and I got something like around, I think it was like 22 subscribers, which I was very grateful for, being a very young person. But these types of videos, they're purely for entertainment purposes, hence why I'm doing a randomizer Nuzlocke. So I want a challenge, and I enjoy the random encounters of Pokemon, which I think I've been leaving you guys in suspense of these starters. I've been leaving you in suspense of these starters for a little bit too long. So obviously all of these are going to be random. Could be any Pokemon from Gen 4. And that's one of my favourite parts about this game, are doing this type of thing, so you can start off with a completely different start than the base game, which obviously for those new people, that's more comforting to them because they don't know what's going on and they've got the basic circle. But in the randomizer, basically every Pokemon's randomized, so that's whether that be static encounters. If you don't know what that is, it's basically where you just get given a Pokemon or the opportunity to get given one. All their abilities are randomized, all the trainers are randomized, so their Pokemon, everything like that. I'm not sure if I've done it so that all the important trainers have 6. I don't know if I've done that, we'll find out later on. But here's hoping that we get some good stuff to start off with. So, first up, an Elekid. Not bad at all. Baby Pokemon would probably, I'd say, best things to consider is it's easier having a fully evolved Mon as a start, because they've just naturally stronger stats. But an Elekid isn't bad at all. Phione, that's kind of annoying actually, because it can't evolve into Manaphy, if I'm correct, which is... And a Cricket. Okay. You know what? I think I'm gonna go for an Elekid. People may call me crazy for just not using a Phione, but honestly, if it's not Manaphy, I don't like it, because Manaphy's adorable and Phione's kind of cute, but you can only get a Phione from breeding a Manaphy, which I don't know why a Manaphy can breed in the first place. But Phione can't even evolve into Manaphy, so there's not really much point in it, I guess. But I'll take an Elekid because electric types are one of my favourite types. And they're just very... I don't know, most electric types are just cool in general. Like, just really, really cool looking. Completely forgot about the rival battle. Gent Sam. Not too sure about that one. Quick attack. It's not stab, but will hopefully do decent damage. It's got Sing early on. That's crazy. Oh no. As long as it doesn't have an attacking move this early on, which I don't think it would do. I'm very, very rusty on my level up move sense. It's got tracked as well. That's incredibly annoying. Oh no, it does have an attacking move. That's great. It's called Double Slap. It should just hit twice, right? Nope. Well, fortunately for us, the Nuzlocke hasn't started. Because, again, those who don't know how Nuzlocks really work, Nuzlocke doesn't technically start until you've obtained Pokeballs from either a shop or the professor in the game, or the assistant, either or. I can't remember too much on like how to maneuver in this game. I think we've got to go to the lake to progress. Oh no, he's just chilling up here and then he'll take us to the lake, I think. If those of you who've never played through Platinum before, those who want to go and just read through all the text so you actually can listen to the story, because the story in this game is great. It's one of my favourites, mostly because it's got some of my favourite Pokemon characters that make appearances in it. And again, me saying Gen 4 is probably my second favourite gen of all time. I think it's quite underrated as well compared to all the others. I know the first 3 gens get the most love. Gen 4 kind of just doesn't really get any anymore. I'll tell you what, I'm going to do some quick grinding and also just so I can have a quick little look at what other Pokemon we've got kicking about. So a Seadra would be nice. I think I've turned off trade evolution, so I'll have to look up on if we were to get a Seadra, whether or not we'd still need the Dragon Scale, or if we can just use like a Water Stone on it or whatever to get a Kingdra, because Kingdra is a very, very nice mon. Something that I've actually been considering for a VGC team for Sword and Shield. It's a lot of water types. Shame we don't have an electric type move yet to sort them out. See, this kind of sucky thing about losing the rival battle at the start is the fact that I don't get that massive XP bonus that I would do usually. I don't remember how Elekid evolves. I think it's sheer just... I think it's friendship, because most of the babies evolve with friendship or something like that. Pikachu, nice. This is where I can't remember what generation they introduced it. I think it was Gen 6 that it was introduced. And it had the obviously the Pikachu cry that everyone knows and loves from the show. Well, but then again, in the show, all the Pokemon don't actually have cries. They just repeat their names over and over again, which is cute and a lot better than some of the cries that you hear in the games, really, because I don't know what's going on with some of these cries most of the time. A lot of I will probably later on in the series try and do some grinding off cam, just for the sake of just ease. Again, I'm fairly new here. I don't really know too much about what I'm doing. I know enough. I've managed to set this up pretty much by myself. That's pixely. What's with all the water types? What's going on? I mean, I'd gladly take a Marshtomp if I were to, like, get one. Here's hoping. Marshtomp's great. Oh no, don't kill. That's weak. Bro, that's weak as hell. Look at that coverage. It's just nice to have. Plus Swampert. Swampert's absolute goat. I don't think anyone can really hate any one of the Hoenn starters. If they do, then they've got a serious problem. Because, to be fair, most people shouldn't hate any of the starters anyway. That's a problem. Please don't have Arena Trap or anything like that, because I do not want to be fighting you. That would be a interesting encounter. Good bug type, I guess. Later on. Pretty sure it can learn False Swipe as well. God, I feel so nostalgic playing these games already. It's probably going to make me want to play the series even more, hopefully, but who knows. We're getting towards end of August, start of September. Got me moving elsewhere, starting off uni. So, weird time to start YouTube, but I planned on starting this like way before in the summer, and it just didn't take off. Yes, another rule of Nuzlocke that I haven't mentioned yet is you must give all your Pokemon a nickname, because the sadistic person who thought of creating Nuzlocke thought it would be a good idea to get sentimentally attached to them, so when they die you feel really bad about it, and it's just not fun sometimes, especially when you've got one you're particularly attached to. I'm gonna call this boy Luxus. I think that's how you spell it. Simply going to call him Luxus because he's an electric type, and Luxus is one of my favourite characters in the anime Fairy Tail. For those of you who know what Fairy Tail is, you will probably agree with me. Those of you who don't, you might have heard of it before. You probably heard it's not that great, but in my opinion, it's just a very easy watch. Yep, he's got his nickname. Let's have a little look at his stats as well, see what we're working with here. Sassy nature, so that's neutral. Oh, he's got adaptability. That's a banging ability. Oh, that's great. What a wonderful start. TM27. Don't remember. Not too sure. Because I randomized the TM orders as well, so we could get anything. We'll get the little tour from Dawn. Might actually speed that up actually. We'll go and get healed real quick before we get told about our little well, we know what our mission is. We, as a Pokemon fan for many years, everyone knows what their mission is in these games, which is obviously get given your starter, off you pop, defeat all the gym leaders, get all the badges, beat the Elite Four. What's she on about? Have I forgotten that? Oh, I've got to go give that parcel to my mum. That'd be it. Let's see if I can get level 7 before I head back up. I'm not fighting Steelix. I'm outright refusing that. It would give great XP, but I am like quad resistant against it, even though I don't even have any electric type boost right now. Would not end well. That's an encounter. That's a very, very cool encounter. I think I prefer Electivire, which is Elekid's final evolution form. I think I prefer that to Magmortar when they both first came out, because they came out as sort of like a split thing. So obviously Magmar could evolve and Electabuzz could evolve. Nice, we've got a Thundershock. So we've got a way to dealing with these pesky water types that we seem to keep running into. Should make things grinding a bit easier. I'm saying a lot. You don't realise these things when you just start talking to yourself, really. That's all really you're doing. You're talking to the audience, but you're talking to yourself really at the same time. So it's not just base gameplay, which is very sort of bland. Don't want to do that. It's nice to have someone commentating as to what they're doing, and sometimes you get some funny reactions out of it. My god, I should know. Especially if I do any games with my friends or anything like that. Like, it's probably a good time to mention like what kind of stuff I'm doing on the channel. Really, like my channel banner is kind of like the only hint as to what I do. Really, I don't have any balls, do I? No, I don't. Hasn't started yet. We're all good. So yeah, basically my channel's primarily going to be like a gaming channel. Kind of bland, basic. Well, the idea of it's kind of bland and basic, because who doesn't want to be a gamer, really? That's a nice little thing. I think that gives some decent XP as well. Yeah. We'll leave Luxus at around level 7 until we get some balls, because we don't want to be one-shotting everything we want to capture, because that would just be... that would be a nightmare. So even a snow run would be nice. It's a lot nicer encounters in this route. It's just big. Has he got Intimidate? Yeah, he does. That's interesting. I shouldn't get too much XP of this. One shots as well. I mean, they're both babies, but it's... he's got adaptability, and it's stab. Well, it's stab, and he's got adaptability, so that's like extra strong. Editing this in is probably going to be a little bit of a pain, because I've never edited this before, and obviously I'm not that big enough yet to hire an editor or anything for me. But things will get going. Can I proceed? Can you do your little tutorial for me? Just casually one bangs the fucking... Ooh. See, I don't know. I haven't considered whether I should be a PG channel or not. I know it's probably way more appropriate for a Pokemon game to be a PG, but I don't think I'm definitely not that big enough to worry about it right now. So we've got a nice neutral nature. I say 5 balls. How much money do we have? Because we can just go into the mart real quick. I'll probably end this recording as soon as we've got our second encounter. Well, I say second encounter. Hopefully, second party member. Oh, I don't want to spend all my money on balls because something also very good to note about this game is that you need potions, a lot of them, because you can find yourself in some hairy situations which require a lot of just stalling and healing because of random shenanigans, such as abilities, really annoying moves that shouldn't be on there, things like that. I think I'm gonna save the lakefront. I'll get a notepad and pen at some point, and I will just like write down the names of all the routes that I get an encounter at, and obviously, well, just like all the routes in general, and whether I get an encounter at it or not. But yeah, let's see what we get. Okay, so first encounter. Snowrun. Not mad. Snowrun's cool. Sadly not female, so we can't get a Frostlass. We do just get a Glalie. It does have Intimidate though. I'm just begging I don't one-shot it, because it is very frail. And don't crit it either, because that will make me very sad. I want this series to go as smooth as possible with very, very, very low hiccups in it. So hopefully, if things go well, we can catch this in the first ball. Hey, new party member. Yes, nickname. We will call this little fella. That's a good name for an ice type. I'm trying to think of. I get a lot of my inspiration from like anime I watch and just characters in general. Like, you know what? I was thinking about X-Men today. We're simply just gonna call him Iceman. Because he's a boy, he's an ice type, and he's going to evolve into a Glalie. So yeah, that's that. So we'll have a quick look at Iceman before we wrap up, if I can sort my menu out. So he's relaxed nature, that doesn't really do anything. He's got Intimidate, which is extremely good. Powder Snow Leer, he isn't holding an item. Doesn't seem to have any boosted stats or anything. Elekid wasn't holding an item or anything when we collected him up. But yeah. Heal the boys up. I hope I don't get a sort of thing that what Blue had in the first game, where just have an all boys team, all males. For some reason that happened, and it was very weird when I realised that, or got told that. Actually, no, I'll end the recording. Well, ain't that lovely? I'll end the recording getting an encounter on the next route as well. So this is Lake 202. Kind of want to lead. I'm going to stick with Luxus at the front just in case there's a very nasty thing. That is an amazing encounter. If I can catch it, of course. Quick attack because it's going to resist. Oh, no, it's going to hurt itself. It's going to kill itself. I know my luck with these things, and I'm not going to catch it in a Pokeball. And it's going to kill itself with takedown. Oh, I'm just going to have to pray. Honestly. I don't have anything to... Yeah, no. This ain't gonna end well at all. I beg, if I can somehow pull this off, this will honestly be, I don't want to say a cakewalk, but it'll be close. It's got a ridiculous level up, like, condition. I'm gonna heal in case it gets a crit, because I don't want to be dealing with, because the Nuzlocke has started, and I don't want to be dealing with the casualty already. Especially to a level 2 Beldum that crits with a takedown. Please, Beldum. Please, Beldum. Be nice to me. Beldum, please. Please. Don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. I'm wasting so many balls on you. Please. No. I think it might kill itself in its next turn. Yeah, it crit. That's unlucky. Maybe if we had better balls. I'm not that lucky. Well, people would argue that I am, but I'm really not that lucky. But yeah, hopefully you guys have enjoyed this and got to... I didn't even say what my channel was really about, but basically I like games. We like to play games here. I'm a huge fan of Pokemon. I play Smite pretty frequently with my other friends. It's sort of like just a game we all play together. Those of you who don't really know what Smite is, it's a game type like League of Legends, Dota 2, where it's a MOBA, but it's a lot more comfortable to play in my opinion, because there's not a fixed, well, there's not like a free camera just following around. It's a fixed camera, like a third person MOBA that's really suited to my type of thing. Other than that, other games I like to play, I like Rocket League. Probably won't record too much of that because I'm pretty trash, to be honest. I might do some recordings of that if I'm feeling particularly skillful. If not, I play a lot of Battle Royales. Obviously, there's Warzone, there's Apex, there's others as well, but we don't talk about the others. I play FM, I play FIFA, I just play a lot of games really, and it should be a good time round. Hopefully at some point I might be able to get like a game capture for my console or something like that, or even if I get a game capture for my Switch as well, then maybe I could actually do some Sword and Shield stuff. But until then, we're left with the lovely emulators on a computer. But I'm not complaining because I get to play through one of my favourites, randomized, with an audience. But hopefully you guys have enjoyed this, and hopefully it won't take me too long to get this out and actually get a series going with all this, because knowing me, I'll probably upload this probably 2 days later. Depends how long it takes to edit, get in. But no, it shouldn't take me too long. It's just consistency really. I wouldn't expect too much consistently, maybe like an upload a week, if I'm honest. Depends also if I do like bulk recordings of these. I'm probably just going to do this one just for tonight, so who knows, next time you might hear my voice I might sound a little bit more energetic, because it is currently 3:15 in the morning on Sunday. But hopefully you guys have enjoyed this. It's been my first time really properly doing this again, and see you in the next one.